Yes, what's happening? Welcome to the streets of Aztec. Just outside Preston Prison today. Now I was going to do Preston, like city centre, to go around it, but that's touristy. That's what I've tried to say that I'm not doing anymore. Just trying to do the streets, keep it real. So as people might know, I've done 9 years in prison. But where it all started in 2014, I got a 9-year sentence. I've done 7.5 years in prison. But where it all started in 2019 was at this place. And one thing that I've never thought about is the journey from here to court, and every man that comes to and from the prison system, unless they get a walkout, has to leave from here for a sweatbox. They either get released from court or they release them here or they're sent on to another jail. I was, from my 9-year sentence, I was sent on to Weymouth. Now Weymouth's in Leyland. Weymouth technically is the biggest nonce jail in Europe. There was 3 wings surrounded by the worst of the worst, mate. I remember, you remember Fred the Weatherman? Fuck off, Fred. Yeah, I even seen him playing bingo, mate, the fucking bacon. Anyway, so since Weymouth, I was in there for 3 years. You know, a lot happened in there, and I'm not really going to go on about Weymouth until I get there myself. But this little walk takes you from like a precinct there. I never even knew that. All the times that I've been in there, I didn't even know there was a precinct called Queen's Precinct. But round here, it takes you right round to the courts. So I know, like, when I was on the sweatbox, I used to think, fucking hell. Like, I know it was round the corner, but it was a longest journey. But now I've walked it, I thought, yeah, we may as well show the people what the journey on foot is for a sweatbox, bro. So yeah, I got 9 years for a Section 18. I'll start from the start. I got 2 year for W&B, white and brown, cracking heroin. And then when I was 19, I glassed the owner of the Ship and Reel pub on a drunken, stupid mistake, and I hurt an innocent man. And I got 9-year sentence for it. Now, throughout that 9 years, obviously I didn't learn because I got recalled twice, and it took all that time missing my son, my mum, my family, my friends. You know, well, I don't even have friends because of it all, to be fair. One thing prison does, it strips you right back. It takes you back to your soul, so to speak, because I wasn't lucky. I never had money sent in. You know, I had to graft and grind, mate. And when people know what prison's like, it's like, you know. One thing I never did though is smoke the fucking spice. I tried it once, not gonna lie, but my thing was pre-gabs and gym. Just what it was, you know. One thing I will say, people say there's more drugs in prison than there is anywhere else, but there's not all the good ones. Not like cocaine and fucking all the ones that they take when they go partying, unless they get a parcel for themselves. You're lucky to get a bit of poly, mate. So spice, medication, Subutex is a big thing in there. That's like a block of heroin, but use it in a different way. But yeah, like I say, I'll openly admit I had a pre-gab addiction. Took too many because I enjoyed the gym. That's just the thing that it was in there. That was my thing. So anyways, we're coming by. We come to the back of the bus station. So the bus station is the biggest stagecoach route for the country. So basically, if you want to go anywhere on a bus in the northwest, this is the link route. 68 bus, man. I get it from Blackpool to here now and again. Do you know? Yeah. So there's also a big, massive B&M's there. I think the estate that comes off to here is Callum, but I don't really know, man. I'm just going to get the prison and this little walk, court walk done, and then I'll have a little walk round Avon and Park, I think. But yeah, never realised like this walk was so close, man. You're in that little sweatbox window. Like I said, the first thing I saw was a fucking magpie, man. Big church here, man. No, it's not even a church, mate. It's a security gap. It's like a fucking church. Saints Row, bro. Remember Saints Row, mate, where you like the gangster church? I'll turn it round for you there. So there's the interchange where you can go over the bridge. It tells you can go to Liverpool, Southport, Blackpool, Lancaster that way. But we carry on down towards the left where we're going to go. is the old courthouse. Preston Crown Court, mate. You know, if you're in Preston Crown Court, you're going to jail. And if you don't, fucking good on you. Very lucky. You know what I mean? I remember being in Preston. The only time that I spent like, so say I'd done 7.5 years, my first sentence when I got my 9, I probably spent 3 months in there, but felt like 3 years, mate. You know, I didn't see any cockroaches, but my God, the mice. Fucking hell, you like the Pied Piper of a night time? See, I was a bit west, me. I'd kill me and fucking. Sorry if there's any vegans or anything like that, but I weren't having no mice lying on me while I was asleep. Are you mad? But yeah, I never saw no cockroaches in that. But and I was lucky as well. Crohn's disease, so I got a special diet. So the food weren't too bad, Preston-wise, but for other people, mate, it looked dead. And, you know, you actually seen the worst of society in that place, because when you got moved to like the farms, there was probably like out of a wing of 60, 70 lads, there's probably one like poorly mentally unwell that'd live unwell. Do you know what I mean? Like, but Preston, fucking hell, mate. I remember this Jackie Chan guy, mate. He'd like, so he'd eat his scran, he wouldn't clean his plate, he just threw it on the floor. And I remember within a week, mate, he had a week's worth of fucking scran on his floor. Mice. Oh, it's the most disgustingest thing ever. I've seen, you know, I've seen some fucking crazy things, but in Preston, man, it's the rawest. It's the rawest. So anyway, Preston. Everyone thinks it's a Victorian jail. So it's funny this, it's like every 100 years it gets sorted out. So in 1790, there's a building that was actually created and made. So there's an actual building in Preston Jail that's like 300 years old. Yeah. Then it went Queen Victorian from the 1890s. And then in World War, then it got shut down because in World War II they used it as like a training camp. But then in the 1990s it turned to a Category B prison, which meant like they take, you know, lifers, things like that. I don't really know any infamous people, and like I say, when I've been doing these walks, unless someone's got the camera by accident, I mention no names, no shit. At the end of the day, when I done my prison, I got my 9, I done my time. Sounds a bit cliche, but yeah, we're gonna walk. So if you're ever coming from cOurT and you're coming from the bus and you are lost, you come from the bus station there, all the way down there. So yeah, Preston Crown Court, mate. Can't remember the judge, but when they remanded me, like I thought I was gonna be all right. You know, like people were saying, you get double time off and all that, mate. Fuck, mate, I never got nothing. Never got no tag, no early release. Like even when I was fucking a bit unmanageable in the community on licence, mate, you fucking send you straight back. But 3 years. Well, I'm on to my 3rd year now. 2 years fully free. Fully free, mate, since I was 16. Not in the system, not playing no game, not fucking doing nothing, mate, but looking after my kid and walking these bloody streets and telling the people exactly what's what, mate. Preston, P-Town, man. I can't wait to walk through some of the estates. Avenham, Callan, Fishwick. There's one where, I think there's one just off here where the most knife crimes have been reported. 5,000 this year, 2025. But another thing that I don't like highlighting is a lot of sex offences everywhere. So as much as Google's saying that we do this, that and the other, there's also a lot of fucking sex offenders about. So I don't really like going off Google stats, but we'll see Crown Court itself now, man. There it is. The shithole itself, man. So that building up there, so I'd say like that one there, cOurT 9, man. cOurT 9 got 9. But yeah, there you go, there's a little walkabout. There was the walkabout from Preston Nick to the courts. I just thought I'd give it do you know what, I'm actually blagging you off. I'm going to take you around to the back where you actually get fucking, where they actually drive you around. Lying to you, boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, you come around the back and the van goes around the back. That's where you come in a suit. So if you come from cOurT, like I've been saying, Bloody liar, aren't I? Going off subject. Wanting to wrap it up too quick. So yeah, you come round the back of here, come on to this road here, you'll see now. And then when you come to the back of the courts, so this is one entrance. I think that's for the fucking solicitors and that. Escape doors, like. Yeah, right. I'm not escaping no doors, mate. But I've had a few mates jump the dock. Here we go, this is where we come in. But there's the sweatbox up there now, waiting for him, man. Into there. So that's where you go to get from prison. So that's the streets of Aztec. Just smashed it from Preston jail down to the courts. I hope my information's good. I hope I'm not missing out too much, jumping off things. Like I say, I'm getting better and better at this shit, but make sure you subscribe, make sure you keep liking, and make sure you get on Facebook, TikTok, and obviously we're on the YouTube. Love.